Everything in our society, there are so many ways in which society at large tells us that we're not enough. It's amazing to me that on this healing journey, we discover that everything that we've been taught about ourselves is complete bullshit. We are enough. We were always enough, and we will always be enough. That the fact that we are consciousness living this reality qualifies us to be enough. We don't have to prove ourselves worthy to anyone. I think the biggest aha moment for me was when I realized that my feelings matter. Like seriously, what I think and what I feel about people matters. Another aha moment for me, and I'd like to share it with you all today, is when I realized the difference between judging someone and discerning. So when I'm judging someone, I can feel that in my gut. When I'm judging someone, and God knows I've been there, because I've been judged. And you only know how to judge because the data is there because you've been judged. And so whatever your parents or your past experiences, whatever they've been inputted into your brain. And so now your brain plays with that information. It's not your brain's fault. So we judge because we've been judged. When you're judging someone, you know it. You don't feel good. You feel ugly. You feel icky. You feel nasty. You feel mean. You feel it. You know that you're walking on the dark side when you're judging someone. When you're discerning, you're still in your light body. You're still in the spirit of light. When you're discerning, it sounds like this. Wow, I'm speaking to my friend. I just told her that I went to the movies last night and I love the movie. And she's a conversational narcissist. She just went right to talking about the movie that she saw last weekend. So what happens is those types of narcissists, they use what psychologists call shift responses. So what they do is, and you'll notice it, and what I'm trying to do is make you aware of how people communicate so that you can discern. You can stay in your light body and discern what kind of person am I speaking to. You need to tap into the spirit of discernment so that you can keep yourself safe. And you can teach your children how to do this. So Karen, I went to the movies last night, and Karen says, oh yeah, I went to the movies last week. You know what I saw? I saw Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal and blah, blah, blah. So as you can see, her response was unsupportive to my comment. So conversational narcissists, they have to be seen in the conversation. They have to somehow bring the conversation back to themselves. They have a very difficult time being able to support other people. You have to also check yourself. See if, when you're speaking to people, if you do that. I know that I've done that unknowingly. And the more that I learned about the way I communicate, I can take accountability for it. Do I think I'm a narcissist? Not at all. I have complete empathy for the people in my lives, and I so want them to feel okay and want them to feel loved. And when I learn that I may have been not as nice as perhaps to my children, or when I was insensitive perhaps to someone in my family, and they love and trust me enough to tell me, I'm wounded that I hurt somebody. And so I love that about myself, and I appreciate that about myself, but I've also learned to appreciate it on other people. When we're married to narcissists, their greatest weapon against us is this crazy-making conversation. So what I want to do is I want to teach you some ways in which you can learn to protect yourself in a practical sense, because there's a whole lot of talk about what a narcissist is, and like I say all the time, is like, we need tools. We need to know what to do when we discover that we're dealing with a narcissist. I see everything in terms of energy. And so a narcissist's agenda is to sort of like, they're like vampires. They want to suck the energy out of you. And the more depleted you are, the better they feel. And that serves them in a number of ways. If your husband's a narcissist and he's able to use crazy communication with you, or your wife is a narcissist and she's able to make you feel responsible for why she is uncaring for your feelings, then what happens is he gets to witness your energy drop. Now what happens in the psyche of a narcissist, at least I think so, is that helps them feel better than you. They see themselves as more powerful, stronger, more in control than you, because you are being drained and losing your shit. Like you're going crazy. You know, a narcissist exploits the needs of a codependent. And a narcissist has the ability to make a very nice codependent act extremely irrational. Tell a codependent that you didn't say what you said, and that's enough to ignite the I am not enough wound. And that's enough to light the whole world on fire. And narcissists like to exploit the needs and the wounds of codependents. That's what they do. So the more out of control you are, dear one, the more in control the narcissist feels. My strategies are all founded in the idea that the goal is to help you learn to take control over your vibration, because your vibration is where it's at. You have to stay high flying. We have to stay high flying for our children. We have to teach our children how to secure their borders, how to secure their boundaries. We have to teach our children how to discern, who is supportive and who is not supportive, what friend makes everything about her and what friend is able to actually show up for you, what boyfriend actually cares about how you feel, and what boyfriend couldn't give a rat's ass about how you feel. These are the things that we need to learn and pass on to our children in a non-judgmental way. And we have to teach our children that when they're judging, they feel bad, and when they're discerning, they feel good. And so that's really, really important that you jot that down. And so a passive narcissist doesn't respond to you appropriately. So they will go out of their way to ignore and just completely bypass whatever you've brought to the table. If you've decided, we're going to talk about what you can do in friendship. So let's say you've attracted a passive narcissist into your life, or a conversational narcissist who is unsupportive, doesn't know how to keep the dialogue going back. And they always bring whatever you said back to them. Oh yeah, I did that. Oh yeah, I did that. Oh yeah, I had that. Oh yeah, that happened to me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then puts you in a place where you don't feel seen, which is so close to our mortal wound of feeling invisible as children. So what I want you to do is a couple of things. Understand that your agenda is to hold on to your energy, right? So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to discern. When you've discerned that you're speaking to someone who uses unsupportive communication, you have to know from that point on, it's all about you holding on to your energy. We don't want to lock horns with this person because they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. So the first thing is discern. The second thing is accept it. You're talking to someone who is unsupportive and likes to talk about themselves, and the worst thing that you can do is, go toe-to-toe with them. So the first thing is discern. The second thing is accept it. The third thing is don't expect anything. This is not your time. This is not your conversation. This is not the relationship to sow seeds in. This is your time to just pull back and observe. Just observe it. The next thing that I suggest you do is that you don't confront their ego. Don't call them out on it, because that's going to send them off into a tizzy. That's going to increase their need to kind of like bonk you over the head, which may pull you into the wrestling ring with them, which you don't want to do. So don't challenge them. Just discern, accept it, observe it. Don't expect anything. If you love this content, check out the next video, and don't forget to click the link below so you can take the codependency quiz.